August 7th, 1972. Springfield, New Jersey. A quiet suburb with neat lawns, Catholic churches, and kids walking home before dark. That's when 16-year-old Jeannette DePalma left home to visit a friend and vanished without a trace. For 6 weeks, her family prayed, the police waited, the town whispered. And then a dog brought something home. It wasn't what the dog found that haunted people. It was where it led them. September 19th, 1972. A local dog returns home from the woods, carrying a decomposed human arm in its jaws. Police trace the scent trail to Hoodale Quarry. Locals call it the Devil's Teeth, where kids dared each other to climb. At the top, they find Jeannette DePalma's body, face down, partially decomposed, laid on a bed of branches and logs. Around her, what looked like wooden crosses. Some say an altar. Others saw symbols. But the one thing everyone agrees on? It didn't look natural. And yet, the coroner couldn't find a single cause of death. Jeannette had no stab wounds, no blunt trauma, no bullet holes. Her body was too decomposed to say anything for sure. Some investigators thought she'd been strangled, but officially, the cause of death was undetermined. The case was closed. No charges, no suspects. But the town wasn't done talking, because that bizarre crime scene looked a little too much like a ritual. Years later, when journalists tried to reopen the case, they discovered most of the police files were missing. No crime scene photos, no physical evidence. Witness reports vanished. The Springfield PD claimed Hurricane Floyd destroyed their archive in 1999, but some insiders say the files were never there to begin with. Even Jeannette's purse, collected at the scene, was never logged into evidence, almost like someone didn't want this case solved. The town had theories. One man, known only as Red, was a local drifter, suspected briefly but cleared. Some pointed fingers at Jeannette's church group. She had become outspoken, preaching to friends to turn from drugs and sin. Others said she was experimenting. She'd borrowed a copy of the Satanic Bible. Was it research or something else? Then there were whispers of serial killer Richard Cottingham. But Cottingham didn't know the quarry, and there was no connection to Jeannette. In the early 2000s, the magazine Weird NJ took a second look. They uncovered letters from townspeople, still afraid to speak. In 2024, they reviewed crime scene photos for the first time, and what they found shocked them. No crosses, no symbols, no pentagram. Was the entire occult story a fabrication, a distraction? Meanwhile, the DePalma family and activists formed Justice for Jeannette, demanding her body be exhumed and modern forensics applied. Jeannette DePalma's death is still considered suspicious. Her autopsy is incomplete, her evidence is missing, and her case remains unsolved. For decades, fear and folklore buried the truth. But maybe it wasn't witches or demons. Maybe it was something more terrifying. Someone ordinary, someone real, and someone who still walks free. Because not every ghost wears a sheet. Some wear uniforms, some wear smiles, and some never leave at all. Before we go, we want to thank the dedicated researchers and journalists who've kept Jeannette's story alive. A special thanks to Weird NJ magazine, to Jesse P. Pollock and Mark Moran, authors of Death on the Devil's Teeth, and to every local voice who dared to speak up, even when others stayed silent. Because without them, this story may have stayed buried. This has been The Static Veil, Cold Cases, Hidden Truths. Thank you for watching.